The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Well, we're very excited about our football team and the state that they're at right now. Today was practice number 8, and gosh, we've got in some great days. Those kids have really responded to what we're asking them to do, and we're asking them to go wide open and go full speed, have great excitement, have great enthusiasm, and enjoy the game. It really upsets me when I see kids try to play football where they don't act like they're enjoying the game. The game is played to be enjoyed. And right now we have kids that are playing that way. They're playing lights out. They're getting after each other, but they're having a good time while they're doing it. And when they have a good time and I have a good time, we're going to be a good football team, I believe. Right now we've fought the rain like everybody else in this area has. I've gone years here in this place. It's never rained in August in my life, and it has rained every day that we've had practice, and we're very blessed to have that turf. Our practice field right now is in the best shape it's been in 20 years probably. We hadn't been there yet. So we look forward to getting on the regular grass and cooling them down a little bit, but our kids have responded. That heat that they've got that comes off that turf, that heat that's in the humidity right now, me and Coach Slade were talking the other day, hey, there's another blessing. There's conditioning right there, and you got to have that. So they've responded to the new rules by the NCAA of how you practice in camp. Their intensity in meetings has been impressive because meeting time's a different animal now also. You're limited in time, you're limited in practice, and you have to max out a time period in practice, a time period in a walkthrough, a time period in meetings, looking at video and getting better. And they understand 14 days from today, we play football at Carson-Newman. So we're at the stage right now where I like to be. We've been in camp that long. We had our first scrimmage this morning. We're 2 weeks out. We've got a week to iron some things out, get better in some alignment deals, some technique deals, and then it'll be game week, baby, and it'll be on.
Questions for Coach Turner?
Coach?
No, just talk about your new quarterback here, Derek Evans, taking over for you under center.
Well, Derek is a very talented young man, and I tell you what I like about him. He doesn't feel the pressure. He's relaxed. He's got a smile on his face. He can make a mistake and be smiling at you, and you're going, don't smile at me when you make a mistake. But he's so excited about playing. He's a leader. The most important thing he's done this summer in this fall camp is that he stepped up his leadership. Those kids don't look at him as a quarterback anymore. They look at him as a leader. And that's what you want in that huddle, is a leader. He's taking care of the football on the field. He's directing traffic. He's obviously he's just a sophomore. He's got a long way to go in learning defenses, learning checks and some things like that. But what we've done right now, we've got almost the whole offense installed. He's handled that great, and he's done a great job of managing the offense, running the football team, but leading them in meetings, walkthroughs, those type of things.
How important was it to get him in game action? I know he played some last year for you. You put him in key situations with real offense. I think he performed pretty well. I had to do a pretty big touchdown pass, if I recall correctly. How important is that to develop him this year and see all that action?
Well, we didn't get either one of our other quarterbacks enough reps last year. We did not. And that was due to we were scrambling to try to win. We were in a survival mode. We should have got him more reps. We needed to have gotten Tyson Herron more reps. We redshirted Tyler Thackerson, which is a good thing we did. But the reps that Derek got in, spring practice was critical on his behalf. And at that point in spring practice, that quarterback position was up for grabs. And when we came in this fall, we felt like the quarterbacks that came in, along with a couple freshmen that we recruited, have really, the first time in a long time in this place, we've got competition at quarterback. And I'm telling you, any position you got competition at, it's going to make somebody be on top of their game, because they do see that they could be somebody else standing in their place.
He looks like he's a bigger kid. He's put on some muscle this offseason.
Well, yeah, that goes back to Johnny Long and that strength program. And, I mean, what a great blessing he's been to this football program and this athletic department. And what he's done with those kids, strength-wise over the summer and during the spring practice, and what he's done with those kids in conditioning, been phenomenal. They've gone up major poundage, all right? Their bodies are different, and they know that. And so I'm really, really pleased and grateful to have Johnny along with us.
Coach, Carson-Newman football got a little different look to it this year without Coach Sparks. What does it mean to you to follow in his footsteps, knowing him for as long as you have?
Right. Well, I could never follow in those footsteps. I stood beside him for 34 years. The foundation of this program that Coach Sparks established is that this program is founded on honoring God in all we do. It's founded on giving God the glory for all that we accomplish. That'll never change. That is the foundation of this program. The influence of Coach Sparks will be here forever. I mean, that will be for what he's done, what he's meant to the kids that have played here, the kids that are here now, the coaches in the community. You don't replace that. Okay, never. That'd never happen. I think that he would be very pleased with the attitude of these kids right now. I think he'd be honored by that and the way they're working.
For you, even having been a player here, been a coach, you went away for a while, you were suckered back into it, and now you've been here for. What does it just mean to you now to be the head guy on top?
How about this answer? There's most of the days I don't worry about being the head coach. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be a CEO. I'm just a football coach. Really, what we're doing right now is not a whole lot of different than what I was doing the last few years as the coordinator and things. It's a lot more paperwork and a lot more headaches, I'll tell you that. But I'm excited about it. I'm more excited about coaching than I have been probably in 15 years. All right? Got more energy than I've had probably. But I think our kids see that also. And our coaching staff is reacting that way. So when you got coaches that come on that field every day and they're starting it with a high level and high intensity and high expectations, bam, then that's catching to those kids.
How much do you think this is a good thing? That a lot of times when a new coach comes in, they're changing everything, and then there's almost that rebuilding process in that first year. You're coming in, but it's not like you're a new face. So you said not much has changed. How much will that help your guys, especially without really having that quarterback name yet?
I think it'll help in a lot of ways. The continuity is always good. It goes both ways now. You know what I mean? But I think the renewed excitement, the renewed vigor of this football team, the renewed expectations of this football team, the way they've responded to our theme, the way they've responded to what the coaches are trying to get them to do, I do think the continuity part of that is critical. I totally think it was critical. Yes, ma'am. We'll know by December. All right, you got me?
What is the message of the slogan of this year's team?
Our theme this year is believe. It's a one word. It's a very simple theme, and we're asking them to line up and believe. The derivative of believe is trust. Okay? If you believe in something, you got to trust in it. And we're asking them to trust in themselves, trust in their teammates, trust in their coaches, trust in the program. But more importantly, if they haven't already, find a way that they can trust in the God that created them. All right? I think they understand what believe is. I really do, because it's hard to miss it in that building right now. It's everywhere. And it's going to be that way. Believing is a great lead-in to faith. Okay? And I don't think you can be a very good football. I know for a fact you can't be a good teammate unless you believe and you got faith. And we're telling our kids it's not about you, it's not about me, it's about us, and we got to believe that way.
When you look back on last season, not the ideal outcome of that in general, what do you take away when you assess it, good, bad, kind of looking forward to this year?
I just put it there. Last season was last season. This is 2017, and it's believe. This is a new season. This is new expectations. We told our football team in November that there's a difference about like that between good and great, and we wanted to close the gap. And we're trying to get that gap closed by August the 31st. They're working at it. they're working at it.
Coach, I think you told me earlier that you had 4 freshman offensive linemen get a lot of meaningful snaps last year. Tell me how they're coming together, what you see in this particular unit now.
Well, they've grown up. It's any time that you play 4 freshmen in the offensive line, it turns red hair white. That happens. Okay, that's not a healthy situation. It's not healthy for those kids to play that many freshmen. But Lord, they got all the reps in the world. They're tougher, not just tougher. They're tougher in their mind, their heart. They've rededicated themselves. Johnny Long's done a great job with them in that weight room with strength and flexibility, and he's gone after areas, certain parts of each kid. What's his strength? What's his weakness? What have I got to build him up to? And man, what a great guy. A guy got my back called Johnny Long, and he's done some things with those kids, and now they look like offensive linemen. Some of them lost 20 and 30 pounds of baby fat, and that's what it was. They just now got permanent teeth, so they're getting there. They're getting there.
Speaking of health, Coach, looks like you're a little bit less of you than what there was last year.
That's a hallelujah too. I'm about down 30 and 32 pounds, and my wife told me the other day at church that my pants were sagging, my sport coat was sagging. We'll have to get some more clothes. I hate buying clothes. I really do. I hate spending money on clothes. But she'll win out on that one. If I don't do it, she'll go buy it. But hey, thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. That's part of that, feeling more excited than I have, more energy than I have in a long time, and that's part of it. And I just got to keep praying. I got 20 more to go, buddy.
Anything else for Coach Turner?
Coach, you mentioned your offensive line a little bit. I know everybody but Jordan. Well, Jordan started, I think, all last year, but everybody else maybe got 1 or 2 starts. But this is kind of a new group of 5 you got coming in here.
Well, the people don't know this. Last year we played 11 ball games, and at no time did we ever start the same 5 guys. How about that for consistency?
Yeah.
In 11 games, you never started the same 5 guys. And if there's a position that they better know what that one knows, then it's got to be the offensive line. And, the great thing about this year, we finally got them a couple offensive line coaches that can coach offensive line, that know how to do that. So we got Kevin Day and Josh Turner. I think we got a couple guys that can coach offensive line, so those kids are going to be able to reap the greatness off of that.
It's like 4 or 5 new starters on defense, especially in the defensive backfield. That's got to. How do you feel about that?
Well, those guys have, they all had reps. We got a transfer that came in, Mario, that came in this summer. Most of those guys were backups and started a few games, sometime in there last year, but they did get plenty of playing time. But we really like, and I tell you what, and I know Larry will talk more about it when he gets up here, but hey, we're playing like a defense right now that's got lights out. I just scared the microphone to death when I said that. All right, we're playing like a defense. We've got them, and we've got some depth at defense that we haven't had in years. We've got some guys that are not going to have to play 70 snaps a game, which they're all celebrating, right, Coach? Right. They're celebrating. So, and I watch them out on that field, and good gracious, it's night and day difference. And our coaches are coaching that way. The kids have competition. Go back to that word again. And they're pushing. And like I said, hey, it's excitement, it's belief, and it's expectations.
Anything else for Coach Turner?
Coach, what about the stripe on the helmet? This looks reminiscent of something we hadn't seen in a while. Tell us a little bit about that.
That goes back to, some years, okay? That's a throwback. And there's things that, you start a new deal going there. There's great things to have a new deal. But there's also time to bring out some things like those stripes right there to go, hey, line that baby up and let's go get it. And I think our kids are excited about that. Had a donor say something about it. He said, if you'll get them, I'll pay for them. And I went, yes, sir. So I got his check that day, and we got 2. We can tear them off our helmet. We still got another one to go, baby.